Hey, good morning, everybody. Big Nate, Streaming Circus. Okay, I've done quite a bit of Trump bashing over the last few weeks, and I mean, it's not like it's not warranted, but I'd like to set up our discussion for today on the Democrats. Why, you might ask? Well, last year, around this time, we had Vice President Harris at the time, now running for presidency after they had decided to have Joe Biden step down, which was a good move, but it should have happened way sooner so that they had more time to find a candidate that could keep Trump from gaining office again. So I'm calling out the Democratic Party leadership on just how effed up they were and what they were thinking. Because obviously they weren't thinking, they thought that their plan was that they were going to throw Joe back out there because he's in office and he's not that bad. He's not as bad as Trump. And they didn't prepare. They didn't give time to prepare. So it's just crazy to me that they didn't take him seriously. They thought it was going to be like another, slam dunk win in their opinion, and all they did was pull another Hillary. I mean, even worse. It was even worse because they lost a lot of ability that normally you would have to campaign for, because they lost time, because they had to switch up people in mid election race. So why, Democratic leadership, the old guard or whatever you're called, why are you even still there? Why haven't you resigned? Why haven't you, found a way to replace yourself with somebody younger, more innovative, more charismatic? I don't have much hope for the political process as it is right now. And you're telling me that the best we can do is Booker? He seems like an angry guy when he understandably he's upset. But when you show that in public in the way that he does, it doesn't inspire me. I would rather have someone who's calm, collective. Obama was calm, collective. He can make things sound threatening, but he had a plan to fix it. Or at least he alluded to a plan that he was going to implement on his first day in office. I remember him saying that. On my first day in office, this is what we're going to do. And you just believed him. I mean, that's why he won 2 terms. Other than, he gave up everything that he could to help the poor and get health insurance at least started. I mean, his ultimate goal was to have free health care for everybody. But, I guess the insurance agency and the medical industry kiboshed that. Now, I got a bill. I posted it. I got a bill from my wound care, okay, because I have bad legs, much like the president does. Not my president, your president. But anyway, I got these wounds on my legs from my edema. And so I went to wound care after my ER visit this summer, and I started getting treatment for it, and it worked, all right? It was something I thought I'd never ever see again, where I wouldn't have these big open wounds on my legs. That being said, they charged me for the entire time, or all the bills. The hospital charged the insurance over $500,000. The insurance came back and says, we're not going to pay that much. This is the amount that we'll pay. And then the hospital had to go back and basically credit me over $300,000 to satisfy what the insurance did end up paying out, which was over $100,000 for treatment that I honestly believe did not cost that much. I asked them time and time again, how much is this going to cost me? How much does it cost? Because I was worried about that, because I didn't have any money coming in, because my legs were all messed up. So I know I needed them fixed, but thank God for the insurance. But that puts a strain on everybody else, okay? They were trying to charge, the establishment, the hospital that was treating me, tried to get almost $600,000 for all of my treatment. $600,000. Does that make any sense? And all they did was basically have me come in once a week, wrap my legs with some stuff, treat my legs. The ladies were, it was like going to the spa. You know what I'm saying? It was like going to the spa and getting like a pedicure or anything, but it was on my legs, right? They were, fixing my legs and then treating them and then wrapping them in a way that I could, heal properly. Compression bandages, all that. And so I'd have to keep them on for at least a week at a time. But for all the treatments that I did, and I did this probably for like 2 months straight, and I may have to go back because my leg's having problems again. But for like 2 months straight, I was going every week, like twice a week. They were charging like per treatment, like I think they were charging like almost $9,000 a treatment, not counting all the stuff. That's just the visit. So for like all the nurses, all the record keeping, all the doctors, and the doctors only saw me, 4 times in that 2 or 3 months that I was doing this? And they were there for maybe 5 minutes. And they're seeing hundreds of people a day. Okay? And they'll come in, and I had a very minor case. Okay? There's some people that, I could see them charging that much because their legs were messed up from surgery or whatever. Mine weren't that bad. Honestly, I was treating them myself up until the point to where I found out that I'm allergic to the adhesive that they had on there. So on the bandages I was using, and I didn't have any compression socks. Anyway, they taught me some things, and I'm doing some things, but my legs are messed up right now because of it. Because I started using the bandages again because I was desperate to at least cover them. And I should have never done that because they ended up breaking the skin and causing more wounds again. Anyway, back to the Democrats. Shit, I got off on a fucking tangent. Look, Democratic leadership, I do not trust you. Republican leadership, definitely don't trust them. But the Democratic, I don't trust you guys. There's no trust there. I don't know any of you all. I haven't, seen anything from you guys. There's a lot to be had here. And you've got 3 years to get it right. 3 years from now, we're having another election. Don't fuck it up. Big Nate out.